Welcome back to the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. They say they've got the best snow on earth here, and they're proving it. Mother Nature's putting down another coat of about 2 inches already on the ground here in the Salt Lake City area. Good evening, Steve Martin back with you with Hornets basketball. Of course, the Hornets come into this game with a record of 4-10. And of course, there have been problems with this team trying to find its chemistry, making the adjustment to a new coach such as Alan Bristow and the new offense that he's brought in the passing games. Sometimes those changes and adjustments and the search for new chemistry can be painful. One of the guys who's had to make the change is Rex Chapman. Chapman all his life has been a starter, but now has to resign himself to coming off the bench. We asked him how he liked it.
Well, I don't particularly like it. You know, I can't lie about that. But you know, it's something I got to do. That you know, the coaching staff feels like it's best for the team right now, and you know, I just have to do my best. It's a big adjustment. You know, maybe more mentally than anything, but you know, something I got to try to deal with.
Field goal percentage is up. Points are up lately, and one category that's been up all season long in your situation is assists. Why is that? You're up to 5 assists a game.
Well, I don't know. You know, we're running the passing game, and I think you know, lots of times I'll take time out of the passing game to, you know, really look at the cutters cutting. You know, lots of times I'm playing with Dale, and Dale cuts really well without the ball, and you know, I can find him quite a bit most of the time, and you know, we got guys finishing shots, and you know, that causes for the assist to go up.
So Rex Chapman talking about the assist level going up. Of course, Kendall Gill's assists have gone up as well. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. The Hornets will go with the same 5 as they did last night. Matter of fact, the last 3. Bogues and Gill out front. Frederick starting again with Johnson and Gattison.
And this is a lineup that we spoke about several times that Coach Bristow feels has been a shot in the arm. Muggsy Bogues is playing well, and of course, Anthony Frederick's contributions have been very, very good.
Alan Bristow played a year here in Utah as a player, assisted Doug Moe for 6 years. And you saw his record, the Utah Jazz being introduced to the crowd. Here's their starting lineup tonight under Jerry Sloan. They'll go with, of course, John Stockton at the guard spot. Jeff Malone, so much power out front, and he provided the ingredient. When they made that acquisition last year, that was key for this club.
Jeff Malone, 51% from the floor. Stockton, 13 assists per game. And Karl Malone goes to the free throw line more than any other player in the NBA, 10+ per game.
And Blue Edwards, of course, in at the small forward spot. There's Jerry Sloan. In his 7th year of coaching overall, the 4th with the Utah Jazz. He's brought them from 51, 55, and 54 wins over the last 3 years as head coach. And of course, they come out of the gate at 7-6, but they played 9 of their first 13 games on the road. Referees tonight working the game here at the Delta Center. Danny Crawford, Ron Garrett's in there in the middle, and Jim Kinsey on the right side of your screen. This Delta Center seats about 20,000. And it still isn't enough.
That's a beautiful building, and they're right on top of you, too. It's a very, very loud building.
And, you know, it reminds you kind of like the Minnesota Timberwolves' new building, the Target Center. Everything is close. Even the fans are close in back of us. There's not an awful lot of movement behind the bench, and the angles for all of the seats are quite steep. Anthony Frederick and company looking in at the Hornets huddle as they get set to take the court. Bogues, Gattison, Gill, Johnson, Frederick coming out, and there's Alan Bristow. 2 years with the Jazz. They weren't that good in those years. They had 24 and 25 wins back-to-back.
Well, now one of the most formidable teams in the league. And another thing we haven't discussed, Mark Eaton, he has 41 blocks this season already, and we were impressed with Mutombos at 28.
Of course, Hornets fans will always remember that win in Utah the first season. Kurt Rambis with the stick back that made it Hornets 89, Jazz 88. Otherwise, it's been all Utah in this series. We are just about set to get underway. Eaton and Gattison jump it up. And Jeff Malone gets things going. Here comes John Stockton in the front court. Lou Edwards out of the state of North Carolina.
Double screen on the baseline to get it going.
Stockton misses the first offering, and Larry Johnson picks up the first of what could be many rebounds. Gattison, he's faced some big people the last 4 nights out. Mutombo, Rick Smits, Brad Doherty, and now Mark Eaton. Anthony Frederick from outside. Gill gets this rebound. The ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the 2 Malones.
Karl Malone is very, very physical. He's one of the guys that fits the cliche in the league. When you try to go into the paint to get a rebound and he's nearby, you will get a lot of body contact.
Watch the matchup between he and Larry Johnson tonight. Here's Gill from the corner. Hornets missed 10 of their first 12 shots last night against Denver. They've missed 2 here.
Nice
Lou.
pass.
He misses the dunk. Lou Edwards is a guy who has, he of course competed in the All-Star Slam Dunk competition a year ago.
Stockton has the best eyes in the league. Look at that off the dribble, cross court with the right hand. And he did that looking through a crowd of teal.
Back to live action. Stockton averaging 14 assists a game out front.
Love to run the two-man game.
Here's Jeff Malone.
One of the best at spotting up. He's at 51% plus.
Gattison comes back, looks for a cutter down through the lane. Johnson gets there a little late. There's the double team from Eaton. He finds Gattison, and Gattison beat Eaton to the basket. So we're even at 2.
Now watch Malone on the weak side. Jeff Malone on the spot up. They'll run a little two-man game if Eaton comes out. And they got a lot of action on the baseline.
Look who they've got on Eaton. They've got Frederick on it. Inside, here comes Malone, guarded by Gattison.
A patented move, that big left step across the lane.
Bogues in the front court now for the Hornets. They play Phoenix Friday night, then the Clippers Saturday, and the trip is over.
Nice
Gattison,
move.
wow, what a nice move through the lane. Gattison has really responded to this change in the lineup and the increase in playing time.
He sure has.
Jeff Malone in the front court. You heard Rex's comments. Rex is such a competitive guy. He hasn't, he made no bones about it. He'd rather be starting,
Right.
but
he'd love to play.
he'll take the playing time. He got 28 minutes a night ago. Jeff Malone has 4, and Utah leads 6-4. Gill sends it back out to Bogues at the point. Frederick on the wing, and Kendall from the top. Kendall Gill hit it, and the Hornets now starting to make their shots count.
Hornets look loose.
Well, they've hit 3 out of their first 5 offerings at it, and they've tied the score here at 6. Here's Stockton. Bounces right back out of the hoop. Lou Edwards on the steal to Jeff Malone.
You got to be careful on the inbounds and don't try to get it in too quickly until you see the floor.
Utah 8-6. Gill down low to LJ. Turns on Malone. Larry Johnson's in the scoreboard. Look out, here comes Malone. He likes to run the floor.
You know, when people say you're the best power forward in the league, that means you do a lot of different things. He can play power down low, and he loves to run.
Second foul, or the first foul on Larry Johnson.
And does he have the perfect NBA body or what?
Oh, boy. You know, that's what, you know, I looked at Johnson tonight in the hotel, and I said, well, you're going to play your body double tonight. And he looks at me and says, hey, Karl Malone is a lot bigger than I am. The mailman. He's got 5. The Jazz lead it by 3, 11-8. Stockton's enough to torment anybody. There's Gattison. Frederick passed up a shot. 10 on the shot clock as Bogues looks for a cutter. Back to Johnson at the top. 6 on the shot clock now. Frederick's alone. Karl Malone on the miss.
Oh, good pass.
Edwards can't contain the pass from Stockton as it's a turnover.
That pass was so good, Edwards wasn't ready for it.
He makes a lot of those.
Stockton sees you so quickly. You know, Stockton has only missed 4 games in 6 years.
That's incredible.
That's a durable player. Karl Malone has only missed 4.
And the man they traded away, Thurl Bailey, in 9 years had only missed 4. He goes to Minnesota. That's going to be an interesting trade because he was very popular in this community. Of NC State. Here's Bogues, 5 on the shot clock. Gattison.
Good defense.
Muggsy will have to fire. He got it before the shot clock went off. 11-10. Hornets trail by 1. Just underway first quarter here at Salt Lake City. The beautiful Delta Center. The Salt Palace, the former home. They got about 8,000 more seats in this place. Hornets have a chance to take the lead. Frederick attacks. Bogues once again. And the Hornets are out in front.
That's important that Muggsy knocked that jumper down because that helps the wing players. Frederick does a good job to kick it to him.
7.5 to go here in the first, and the Hornets lead 12-11. Stockton. He's missed 2 layups. Hornets now have a chance to increase their lead. Gill on the run. Gill will fire from the wing. Gattison ran by the rebound. Here comes Stockton. 3-on-2 break. Jeff Malone to Blue Edwards.
Nice ball movement by the Jazz.
13-12. Utah's back out in front. 5 minutes gone here in the first quarter of play. Del Curry getting set to come in after a timeout. The basket will count by Gattison as the Hornets regain the lead, and Mark Eaton has committed a foul. We'll be back after this word. It's 14-13 Hornets.
Hey, Jim, burgers ready?
Just one more dash of my homemade hot sauce. Ah, perfect.
Hot sauce?
Marinated the chili peppers myself.
Hot sauce?
Ah, just the way I like them. Where there's good food and good times, it's only natural. Natural Light from Anheuser-Busch.
Tasty. Anybody seen my hat?
The Nissan Maxima GXE. Pleasant dreams.
Copyrighted broadcast is presented by the authority of the National Basketball Association and the Charlotte Hornets and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written permission of the NBA and the Charlotte Hornets is prohibited. Hornets lead it 14-13. Kenny Gattison going to the line. There's Alan Bristow, head man of the Charlotte Hornets, trying to shake out some things with this club and knowing that he's got fewer tools to work with when he started. J.R. Reed out for 6 weeks. Johnny Newman is not going to go tonight because of the tendonitis. He's hoping to start, though, or at least play Friday in Phoenix. He is with the club on the trip. It's Gattison now with the three-point play. Makes it 7 points for himself. 15-13 Hornets. Malone on Gattison. And a foul on Kenny Gattison going up.
Jazz that time just set it up. Three-man game. They start everything off a double screen on the baseline as they run their shooters corner to corner. There you have it. Stockton's on top, Malone to the wing, the other Malone down low. It's a powerful three-man game.
It very certainly is. Eaton, of course, is kind of fading as far as his contributions to this offense. And that's why they bring a Corbin in to get a little quickness into the lineup.
They feel the Corbin coming on the club, Steve, helps them match up better with teams like Golden State, the quicker teams in the NBA.
You know, you look at Corbin, and a lot of teams in this league are saying, doggone, he's worn us out with the Timberwolves. Look what he's going to do with a very strong cast of characters to go around him. He has not played yet, but we'll see him soon.
Excellent help side defensive player, too.
Gattison forces Eaton into his second foul.
You know, you brought up a good point about Eaton. The last 3 years, his numbers offensively have decreased. What he concentrates mostly on now is defense.
That's his second foul, team second. So that brings Mike Brown into the ball game. Brown out of George Washington University, and he was a Hornet for about 5 minutes, as a matter of fact.
Not a shot blocking type guy. Very, very physical. Likes to play that broken line and below.
Addison misses the free throw. Brown, a Hornet for 5 minutes, taken in the expansion draft from Chicago. And then the Hornets 5 minutes later traded him to Utah for Kelly Tribune.
He's got that line drive jump shot. which is interesting. You shoot a line drive when your range is 8 feet.
16-15. Hornets have the lead for the third time tonight. There's a role reversal there by Karl Malone for John Stockton down low, and there's a foul on Muggsy Bogues as Stockton had possession on the post-up.
You know, they're running a lot of stuff on the left side of the floor. That time they wanted to take advantage of rubbing Stockton off the high post screen to get the mismatch down low with Muggsy.
Into the game is Eric Lechner, and so is Del Curry, and a strange occurrence has happened now with Karl Malone, John Stockton, Blue Edwards, Lechner, and Curry. 5 of the Utah Jazz's 7 draft choices since 1985 are on the floor. 2 of them in Hornet uniform.
Boy, way to do your homework.
Thank you. Here's
nice.
Kendall Gill. Karl Malone picks up the rebound. Here's Mike Brown. At the line drive. Down into front court. Gill back to Curry. 18-16. And Muggsy Bogues ties him. He's got 6. He's 3 for 3 from the floor. Stockton into front court now for the Jazz. Rex Chapman getting set to check in at the next opportunity. Tie ball game. 5.5 to go here in the first quarter.
Again, left side of the floor. Get the isolation down low.
Everybody else for Utah above the dotted line.
Good hands by Eric Lechner.
Eric Murdoch comes back into the lineup.
Now this is like a physical training tape. Watch Malone and Lechner down low. Like the aerobic workout you can do at home. Look at the physical contact. Lechner does a great job of getting that left arm over the top. Good job.
Back to live action. Utah missed the shot. Hornets come back down, and Rex Chapman is warm, and he puts the Hornets back into the lead. 20-18. Eric Murdoch, NCAA all-time steal leader, 376 into the lineup.
He's more of a scorer than a pure shooter. Very quick, overachiever type player, but he's very hard defensively as well.
Edwards over Larry Johnson. Rex with a rebound. Hornets now trying to increase this lead. They lead it 20-18. Bogues, ball handles by Murdoch. Here's Chapman again. Lechner with a rebound. Nice save by Eric Lechner.
Good pass.
Curry from Rex Chapman.
That's why Rex is one of the top 2 guards in the league as far as assists are concerned. When you have a 2 guard that's close to 5 assists per game, that's big.
I said, do you like picking up those assists? Corbin coming into the game. Got a foul coming up on Larry Johnson. And Tyrone Corbin is checked in.
So does he like throwing those assists?
He sure does. He says, I like it. I like being a passer. And, you know, both point guards or both off guards have picked up an assist. Corbin into the game, the newest acquisition of the Utah Jazz, as Karl Malone goes to the foul line.
You know, sometimes fans, Steve, look at the box score and they look at a guy gets 11 points, but you look at 5 assists per, that means he's creating another 10.
Jemensky into the lineup, hit 4 of his 7 shots, all from the perimeter last night. He's in for Larry Johnson, and Malone is on the line. Out of Louisiana Tech, shooting 77% from the free throw line. 22-19. Hornets in the lead. 4:10 left to go here in the first quarter. Lechner at the top.
Nice pass.
What a pass from Chapman that time. To Del Curry, his 4th point of the night, both in the box.
Well, he hit it on the head when you spoke to him. He said Del does a great job of moving without the ball.
Utah wants time to talk things over. The home crowd brought to a standstill with 3:56 left to go in the Hornets by 5.
Chevy for you in 92.
There's no deal like a Chevy deal at your Carolina Chevrolet Geo dealers. All new for 92 sale. We've got deals for big families, small families, all families, business types, pleasure types, and little types. Deals for fun types, sun types, and, well, all types. Choose from a great selection and get a monthly payment you can easily afford now during our all new for 92 sale.
Wherever you are, whatever you do, there's a Chevy for you in 92.
At your Carolina Chevrolet Geo dealers.
If you know anything about this game, you know that some things never change. But if you know about getting great pizza delivered, you know that nobody stands up to Pizza Hut delivery. The difference is the pizza.
Get a medium meat lovers pizza delivered for just $8.99. 2 mediums, $12.99. Hurry, this is a limited offer.
Let's go back to the first pass. Nice execution by Charlotte. They look very loose tonight. A lot of play action away from the ball. Dell comes from the other side of the floor to finish it up. Rex with a great pass, Steve.
Back to live action, Utah. Coming back, the crowd trying to pick them up. They're down by 5. The field goal percentage, the Hornets on the money tonight. Here's Mike Brown with a turnaround. A line drive from 5 feet that time.
The frozen rope. That's his range.
24-21. Hornets.
Gets out above the foul line. You can step off.
Here's Del Curry over Corbin. Ooh.
I like that. He got that off the dribble. You don't see that often with Dell.
I hear him say face after that. Jeff Malone in the front court. Mike Brown around the top, guarded by Jemensky. Here's Corbin. Curry's got him. 5 on the shot clock. Jeff Malone off balance.
He loves that shot. He'll shoot that off balance jump shot all night long if you let him. Make him go left on the dribble. Another great pass by Rex.
Curry from Chapman. And six of Del Curry's 8 points have come from the hand of Rex Chapman. 28-23. Hornets by 5. Here's Murdoch free. Hornets push it hard. 28-25. Charlotte. Lechner playing in front of what used to be the home crowd. Went to school at Wyoming, which is not too far from here. Ball tipped around. Good defense by Utah inside. Jeff Malone brings it into front court. Corbin back to Malone. They're all along the perimeter now. Jeff Malone has it. 9 on the shot clock as we approach the 2-minute mark. We've got a whistle. Illegal defense to call against the Hornets. The Hornets have the lead here, 28-25 with 2:01 left to go in the first quarter. The Hornets on the second game of their road trip, as you see it live from Salt Lake City and the Delta Center. The Hornets playing tonight without Johnny Newman, who'll sit out one more game with tendonitis, but also without J.R. Reed. They learned today he'll be gone for 6 weeks because of a stress fracture in the lower back. Karl Malone gets inside for his 10th point of the night, and the Jazz close the gap to within 1. 28-27. Rex Chapman ad-libs in the lane and comes away with a basket.
Hornets look sharp, shooting 68%. Jazz are at 58.
Chapman with 4 points, 3 big assists, all the all the Del Curry. 2 are interchangeable sometimes. Gill knocking the ball away from Murdoch.
You know, it's developing too, and I don't know if Rex will admit it or not. Him coming off the bench has added a spark with Dell and Kendall. It really has.
He probably won't admit it.
He loves to play it. He's just been playing so well.
But he got 28 minutes in the finishing role. It's not so much who starts, but who finishes, and Rex has been finishing.
Did you tell him that? Because
I tried.
We don't want him to forget. That's an important point.
Corbin loses the handle. Long possession here for the Jazz. Murdoch leaves it short. Boy, Corbin jumped in across Jemensky to try to get that one. The Hornets get it back. Minute 10 left to go in the quarter. The Hornets by 3. Jerry Sloan concerned. His club not showing that spark. Of course, they're trying to blend a new man in.
Look at that pass.
No assist that time by Rex, but he put Del Curry in a position for foul shots, and Corbin commits the foul.
Now look at it from the baseline. This is a bounce pass from over the head. Perfectly thrown. Dell does a nice job to hang in the air and draw the foul.
I don't know if I should say this or not, but Dell missed his first foul shot of the season, and he hasn't missed since. And that graphic is
nice of you, Steve.
Is really something. It's even more incredible when you saw that graphic of 17-6. Only 2 players in the NBA have taken more shots than Dell at this time: Patrick Ewing and Michael Jordan. And there we jinxed it. It's only his second miss of the season. Del Curry's got 9 points already on the night, however, and we're not even out of the first quarter. Hornets by 4.
Here's a 3-man game again.
Stockton's back on. Eric Lechner and Karl Malone go after each other. We get a foul on Lechner. Into the game for Utah is Corey Crowder as well.
Watch the left side of your screen. Again, it's Lechner and Malone. Right here, the grabbing, the shoving, and the home team gets the call.
5th team foul against the Hornets. That means Malone's in the penalty, shooting 1+. Karl Malone, 4-time All-Stars, played in 3 games, was barred from the other by injury. He's got 11 points on the night, 5 of them from the stripe.
Want to see how Utah defends this play if he scores, how they defend the inbounds, if they come up and pick up early. No, they don't.
No, not even Stockton. Usually Stockton will give you some token pressure. Stockton and Crowder are the guard combination. Stockton steps in front of Gill. Gill gets control. Ball lost on the end line. They say Utah last touched it. Home fans don't like it.
Nice pass.
Dell tries to return the favor. Here's Jaminsky on the turnaround. Karl Malone kicks it out on the rebound. 31 seconds left in the quarter. Stockton for 3. Brown keeps the possession going. Shot clock, game clock just about even. 20 seconds to go.
Stockton is 41% from 3. He's taken 31 of those.
He's 46 from 2-point range.
You know, that great passing is contagious. It really is.
For both teams. Here comes Karl Malone inside. Ball slapped away. They're going to call goaltending on Jaminsky. Count 2 for Malone. 14 for him. The Jazz have tied it. 3.2 seconds left to go.
Got to push it.
Kendall Gill can't get the shot away in time. An impressive first quarter for the Hornets. They had a 5-point lead at one time. But Karl Malone's shot on the goaltend cuts it down to nothing. It's 31 all after 1.
From the fields to the factories, all across this land, there's the spirit of Americans working hand in hand. And they put pride and quality in everything they do. That's why Roses salutes American workers like you.
The right choice for low prices is Harris Teeter. America's favorite snack just keeps getting better. Orville Redenbacher Gourmet Popping Corn in the value pack. Great tasting and microwavable. Orville Redenbacher does just one thing, and they do it right. When you have a tough job that requires a hard-working, long-lasting paper towel, you need Delta towels. Strong, absorbent, and budget price, too. You'll find them all at Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter means low prices.
The Nissan Maxima GXE. Pleasant dreams.
At Roses, there's one thing you can always count on, and that's having a choice. We give you a choice between nationally advertised brands and Roses' own quality brands. We give you a choice of wide selection and sizes. As a matter of fact, the only choice Roses doesn't give you is price. Because if a product is advertised in our circular, you have to pay the lowest price in town, guaranteed. Roses, more ways to save every...
The Charlotte Hornets advise you to be cool. Stay in school. It's your best move. For more information on the Hornets Stay in School program, call 704-357-0252. Target stores and First Union National Bank, proud to be part of the Hornets Stay in School program. Steve Martin, Jerry Valancourt at Salt Lake City. Del Curry shot to start the second quarter misses. We've got a tie ball game at 31 each. Whoa! Tyrone Corbin fell en route to making a highlight film shot off a
alley-oop all the way on that one.
Boy. First quarter field goal. The Hornets 61%. Utah at 55. Jimenski from the wing.
You know, this is one of the first nights I see the Hornets consistently putting their body on the opposition, setting screens to get cutters open.
33-31. Hornets by 2. This long lead is seesawed both ways. Hornets have led by 5. Corbin still looking for his first basket as a Jazz player, and we've got a whistle and a foul on the rebound on Kendall Gill. It'll be his first, team's first.
Karl Malone just told Corbin, he said, you just go ahead and keep taking that shot.
Corbin at the top. Stockton. Karl Malone double teams inside, and Mike Brown loses the pass. Gattison on the pickup. Here comes Rex. Hornets have to slow it down. Dell from outside. It's a 2. Corbin boards it. Here comes Stockton. 3 on 2. Karl Malone with the basket.
How many times have you seen that combination? Look at that score, Steve.
What is that? 9 or 10 straight?
9 in a row.
Beat Miami.
Nice pass.
There is Rex Chapman with the basket and the foul. Foul is going to be charged to Corey Crowder.
Little bounce pass from the high post. Watch Rex Chapman come over the top. Right here. Nicely placed. Good look.
Karl Malone out of the ball game now, and David Benoit is in. Rex Chapman makes the three-point play. He's got 7 on the night and a bundle of assists to go with it. And Larry Johnson is back on the floor with Muggsy Bogues. Del Curry getting a rest. Benoit. Johnson with a board. The Hornets have the rebounding edge on the floor now.
Nice.
What a pass by Rex. No, they're going to call a traveling call on Kendall Gill. Ron Garrettson makes the call.
Great outlet pass by Larry Johnson. They get right up the floor and had numbers.
What a pass. Alan Bristow and Ron Garrettson talking it over. He had a technical last night. Here's Stockton. Stockton.
Nice.
Underneath Benoit. Utah's hung a bunch of layups. Here's Brown to hang one.
That's what they want from him. A lot of physical play and get stickbacks.
6 points for Mike Brown. Hornets by 1, 36-35. Gattison backing in on Benoit. Makes his move, missed the shot, and Benoit gets the rebound. Stockton splits the defense. Corey Crowder misses. Corbin gets fouled underneath by Kendall Gill.
Well, they love him here. Gives the effort. You know what really helps Stockton in the open floor? He's got very big hands for a guy his size. Really gives him ball control. Watch this look away. Splits it right there.
Boy, he had 3 people around him. And Corbin struggles for the rebound. He's on the free throw line. Corbin shooting 83% this season with Minnesota. He was struggling from the floor at 40%, but all of Minnesota was struggling with only, what, a 2-9 record that last look. Averaging 14 points a game. Led Minnesota in scoring with 18 points last year.
He's one of the best weak side defenders in the league. He'll hide himself, play the passing lane well, gets a lot of sneaky steals, and gets his hand on passes.
This is his 4th stop in the NBA. Rex Chapman from downtown, and Chapman has 9.
As long as Rex will square up, Steve, and face the basket, his shooting improves.
38-37. Nice pass by Stockton to Mike Brown at the top. Almost 3 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Hornets lead by 1. Mike Brown. Benoit with a rebound. Stockton attacks. Benoit with a shot from the corner. Jazz down.
That's what he can do.
Let Corbin go. Gattison with the board. Here comes Bogues. 4-on-3 break. Bogues squares. He hits it. 8 points from Muggsy Bogues, and Bogues has hit all 4 offerings from the floor. He struggled last night, 1 for 6. However, last Saturday night he was 7 for 9, or last Friday night. Here's Stockton.
Good hands by Muggsy.
Blue Edwards getting set to come back on. And Tyrone Corbin out.
Now what this does here, now watch. Good turnaround. Watch Muggsy's hands. Whoop, right there, strips him. You want to see some physical contact. You watch Brown and Larry Johnson along the baseline.
Benoit to inbounds. Here's Stockton. Brown. A shot that is not hit. Tapped in by Blue Edwards. It will not count. Basket interference on Blue Edwards.
He's got such quick ups. He just gets off the ground so quickly. Watch this.
In the cylinder. Wave it off. The Hornets maintain the 3-point lead, and they have the ball.
No way Benoit can hold out Gattison in the paint. There's no way he can guard him.
Rex knew it. Rex knew it, and Gattison gets the bucket. He's got 10. Rex has 5 assists. 42-37. Hornets by 5. Benoit at the top. Benoit out of Alabama. Played in Spain last year. Crowder for 3. They haven't made a 2 in a Hound Dog's age, but Crowder sticks them from long range. Chapman. And a foul to boot on Corey Crowder.
I wonder if Rex is going to have one of those nights, Steve, you know, when he gets on all cylinders.
It's a fun thing to watch when it happens.
Now watch this from the top right here. Watch this little fade. Little 1-foot runner. Boom.
On the free throw line and converts there. Rex Chapman with 12 points to lead all Hornet scorers. 45-40, Hornets by 5. Still a long way to go, but Hornet fans enjoying what they've seen so far. Mike Brown, double team. Blue Edwards at the top.
Nice pass.
Left it for Benoit.
That was what you call a semi-leaning jumper pass combination.
3-point lead for the Hornets. All the way down. Goaltending for Blue Edwards. And Muggsy is now 5 for 5. 10 points for Bogues. The Hornets lead it by 5 again.
Great job attacking the basket. That was some pass on the other side.
It was. You thought that Blue was going all the way in. Benoit at the top.
Hornets look sharp. They look sharp.
Nice overplay by Chapman to knock the ball out of bounds. 12 seconds on the clock. And a timeout taken by Utah. Breaking the action. 6:55 left in the first half. The Hornets lead the Jazz 47-42.
What's more natural than natural light?
When the feast runs deep, fresh and flavorful, what's more natural than Natural Light beer? Because where there's good food and good times, it's always natural. Natural Light from Anheuser-Busch. Just naturally right with all those good things from the sea you love to eat. So when you really put something into a meal,
What's more natural than natural light? Pump it up.
Pump it up with Reebok and Belk. Check out the pump system by Reebok. Custom fit, complete control for the ultimate in high performance footwear. Reebok. Available at Belk.
Pump it up with Belk.
There's a combination, fake the jumper, air pass, jump pass, off the move. Watch this. Nice and soft. Finished by Benoit. Nice play.
Good thing he finished it. Thought you were going to run out of titles.
That's Kenny Gattison over here. Physical battle. He got the strength. Nicely placed pass. Power right there.
And that was right after Coach Valancourt said that David Benoit could not stay with Kenny Gattison, and Rex Chapman right on cue.
We had a chat on the play.
Second quarter field goal percentage. The Hornets continue. They shot 61% in the first quarter, and they haven't leveled off at all. But the Jazz have suffered a depression.
Physical mismatch with Gattison on this end, too, again. There it is.
Jeff Malone is back.
They run those cutters, those shooters, right off baseline screens.
10 points for Jeff Malone. Jazz trail by 3 rather. Hornets turn it over. Blue Edwards. Oh. Foul is going to be assessed to Larry Johnson on the back.
Watch it from the baseline. First of all, a great save. Malone catches it and brings it right up the gap. Look at this nice pass. And here's your nice finish. And Edwards can absolutely jump out of the building. You know, he just misses the top of that box.
Jemensky is on. Larry Johnson out with his 3rd personal. He jumps out of the place. But, as we said at the outset, doesn't take enough shots. And he's had a goaltending and an offensive interference. So that's where he plays his game. Kendall Gill hangs one short. Benoit with a rebound. Karl Malone trying to get back into this game. He's set to check in next time. Stockton with a rare turnover and a foul by Blue Edwards out near midcourt.
Hornets had a 3-on-1 that time. Smart foul by the Jazz.
3rd team foul against Utah. So they had some to give. And that gets Karl Malone into the game.
Now let's see how Jemensky handles Malone if he brings him away from the basket.
Well, he's going to get physically contacted by Malone. They're pushing each other already up. Here's Bogues, who's a perfect 5 for 5 from the floor. There. This is Gattison. You were right, Jerry. That's no contest in that battle.
I'd go to Gattison until he just says he doesn't want it anymore.
49-47, Hornets by 2. Stockton, 12 on the shot clock. The mailman. No delivery. Must have been Sunday. Bogues.
Oh, yes! Nice pass.
Gattison for 2. Bogues with a super assist. 14 points for Kenny Gattison. Boy, the Hornets are getting some great assists tonight. Rex has had a bundle, and Muggsy Bogues picked one up there. Here's Stockton. Believe it, that's only Stockton's 3rd point of the night. Our US Air out-of-town scoreboard. Let's take a look at some of the other action around. It's Detroit beating Atlanta. Score
Detroit's
190.
coming back. Huh? They lost 5 in a row. They won yesterday, right? Again today.
Atlanta's fading a little bit. Stockton gets the 3-point play.
Stockton has 7 assists already.
51-50 Hornets. Chapman guarded by Malone, finds Curry underneath. There's 2 more and an assist for Rex Chapman. 6 on the game tonight unofficially. 53-50 Hornets.
I'm going to say something in a minute Rex might not want me to say, but I firmly believe that it's true.
I better get Bridget to cover her ears. Here's Karl Malone in the front court. 19 on this possession. Blue Edwards.
I think the move by Alan Bristow to put Chapman on the bench has made him a better player.
Muggsy Bogues misses his first shot of the night. Utah can break back into the lead for the first time this half. Stockton.
Nice.
6 points for John Stockton, and Utah has come back. The Hornets now want to take a timeout. 4:18 left to go in the first half as Utah back in front, 54-53.
So we're enjoying our favorite spot, and we see this old guy. Hey, Bobs! Then there was this huge wave. We thought the old guy was history. That was hot. Anyway, we were impressed.
Guru dude, want a cold bud?
Groovy. Groovy. Despite our language differences, all surfers share a universal communication.
Oops. Whoa.
My customers keep telling me, Tony, you gotta try hard ups. They're even better than yours. We'll see. Give me your best sub.
Okay, start with a nice roll. Add Swiss, roast beef, turkey, and ham, fresh tomatoes, onions, and lettuce.
Hardee's introduces 4 big delicious deli subs.
Hey, Tony, great sub, huh? Oh, sorry, Tony.
Deli subs, now at Hardee's.
NBA hoops, these guys are cooling off a hard one, styling and slamming, just like we wish we all could, clocking the poles. To them, you're just a witness, busting the move, yeah, taking care of business. Too hot to handle, too cold to hold. NBA hoops, they're fresh, they're full. From the cities to your hood, this card is preferred. Everybody's doing it. Hoops is the word. Jamming. Yo, take it from me, this is one Def Jam, official.
Here we go on the open floor. Nice gapping by the Hornets. Nice look at that. Great look away by Muggsy.
Back to live action. Jaminski tries the hook, and Karl Malone punctuates the rebound. The Jazz have overtaken the Hornets in the lead here. 54-53. Gattison with 14. Karl Malone with 16. Jeff Malone has it knocked away by Chapman. Here comes Curry. He's going to the ball, to the board with a basket, but they're going to not count it. There's a foul out front.
Muggsy's down on the other end of the floor. I hope it's not serious.
Holding the right knee.
Let's take a look on the baseline and see if we could find out what happened here. Again, you got to make Malone come to your left. Ooh, stepped on the ankle right there.
He is hurt. And that would be a big blow to the Hornets tonight if he could not continue. The Hornets actually down to 10 players right now with Newman and Reed out. Reed, of course, in case you didn't hear, out 6 weeks with a stress fracture to the 4th lower lumbar region of the back. And the Hornets will make a decision on the roster spot as he goes in the injured list Friday. And now Muggsy Bogues walks off a sprained right ankle.
You know, the comment I made about Rex Chapman, when players are sent to the bench, they look at the game differently, especially when you've been a starter all your life. And a coach sends a message out that you're doing some things, you're not doing them well. Rex had a chance to sit down, evaluate what was going on, and now puts a player in a position, I'm going to prove a point. I'm going to prove that I can play, and the team benefits.
Rex out there on the floor with Del Curry, Mike Jaminski. Curry from the corner doesn't make it. He'll get another shot at it on the rebound. Hornets have gone cold lately after shooting 70% for most of this quarter. Edwards into front court. Here's Jeff Malone in the lane. 12 points for Jeff Malone. Utah now up by 3. They trail by 5 at one point. Del Curry, Rex Chapman, quick shot. Chapman's got 14. Rex is an unusual young man, a gifted athlete, and no matter how well he shoots from this position, no matter what happens from here, he'll still have a hard time accepting the fact that he's not a starter. And I guess you want that. Here's Stockton for 3. Stockton had a slow start, but he's got it cranked up now with 9. The Jazz by 4. Gattison. Kendall Gill from the corner. Hornets have gone cold. They've had the shots there, but they've gone cold. David Benoit from the corner. Hornets say thank you on the shot selection, and here comes Curry to Gill. Touch pass. Rex for 3. There's the 3 he didn't get last night.
He could be on his way to one of those nights.
17 right now. His career high, just for your information, is 38. Stockton in the front court. 2:15 left in the first half. The Hornets have cut the gap to 1. Stockton's been in a mini slump, but I think he's out of it. Curry against Blue Edwards.
2 minutes remaining.
Here's Jaminski. Turnaround's good. Mike Jaminski, 2 out of 3 for the G-man. He's got 4 points.
Benoit's going to have a headache. First Gaddison's drilling him. Now Jaminski takes him on the baseline and floats one.
He's looking over there. Is there somebody on your bench I might be able to handle? Stockton. Karl Malone.
Oh, nice.
Ball knocked away by Chapman. Re-stolen by Stockton.
Nice pass.
Oh, missed the layup. The Hornets have it back. Chance to take the lead, and there's Stockton's hand again. knocked away, steals both ways. Here comes Jeff Malone, the Blue Edwards. Karl Malone calls for the ball.
You know, that time Stockton snuck up behind Kendall Gill and got the steal. When you're in the open floor and your teammates are warning you, watch behind, you don't want to bounce the ball more than twice. You want to cross it over so he can't reach and get the strip.
Lechner back on. Natural Light, where there's good food and good times, it's only natural. It's Natural Light from Anheuser-Busch. Blue Edwards on the inbound. Again from 2, the Jazz miss. Curry vying for the ball. Chapman with a baseball pass to send Gill.
Nice.
The stick back. Out into front court. Boy, the action's really picking up. Hornets by 1. Curry on the steal. Curry pulls up, misses the banker. Jiminski can't control the rebound. Here's Chapman coming back. Chapman for 3. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Gill. A wild finish to this first half. The Hornets leading it by 1, 62-61, and Utah wants time. What a wild first half of action. Defensively, the Hornets doing the job.
A flurry, I tell you, up and down the court. I counted 4 deflections.
Tickets are available to selected Hornet home games. Get yours today for games against the New York Knicks on December 2nd and Dallas on December 11th. Hornets tickets available at all Ticketmaster locations and from the Charlotte Coliseum box office.
I'll tell you what, a flurry going back and forth with the 2 clubs. The thing, I thought I was in Queens, New York there for a minute.
There were no rules.
I'll tell you what.
The action inside was incredible. The Utah Jazz will look back at this game and look at their shot selection and say, where did we go wrong? They missed a lot of layups inside. They've had opportunities with great assists or great assist opportunities.
If Rex would have knocked that 3 down here during the flurry, the roof would have come off the place here. But Stockton threw an incredible pass on the other end of the floor, but the Jazz just couldn't finish it off. I want to see how that pace, that little flurry there, Steve, affects the big guys.
Well, I got a feeling it helped the Hornets out a little bit, and I'll tell you why, because they'd gone cold. The jump shots out of the set offense really didn't seem to be going down, so it took them a little bit of up-tempo basketball to get them back into it, and they did. They were down by 4. They're now up by 1 with 42 seconds to go.
I mean, you saw 10 guys smiling during the flurry. They love to play this way, both clubs.
Jiminski, Chapman, Curry, Lechner getting some quality minutes tonight, and Kendall Gill. I got a feeling we'll see a lot more of Lechner here in the next couple of days because of the injury to J.R. Reed. Second chance points. The Jazz have had a bundle of them, and they've beaten the Hornets in that category, but the Hornets shooting 70% through much of the first half.
And Eric Lechner, Karl Malone. This will be fun to watch.
Stockton.
Good help by Jiminski on the screen and roll.
29 seconds left, 7 on the shot clock. Three-point shot doesn't go. Jeff Malone will recycle it. Shot clock and game clock are even.
Here's a challenge.
Shot clock winds down to 12. Malone and Chapman one-on-one. And Rex won it. Here comes Gill in the front court. 2 seconds left. Rex from 3. Yes!
Oh! Big shot.
What a way to go into the locker room. The Hornets lead as we end the first half, 65-61. Let's see it again.
Gill does a great job of getting it to him. He could be en route to one of those nights. He just has that special rhythm.
He's got 20 at halftime, and we got a special halftime for you. It includes a tribute to Pistol Pete Maravich, a former Jazz man. We'll have it for you, so stay with us. From the Delta Center, the Hornets up by 4.
Before you haul off and buy a Toyota, check out the 92 Nissan pickup. The Nissan 4x2 has more standard horsepower. No kidding. More cargo volume. Oh, yeah? And the Nissan truck retains its value better than any other truck in its class.
I didn't know that.
Plus a low sticker price and huge factory-to-dealer incentives mean the truck with more now costs even less.
See your Carolina Nissan dealer today and check out the tough Nissan truck for yourself.
Oh, no!
First Union communication satellite saves only 1 second on every banking transaction, but it adds up to 120 man-hours a day. So First Union can give you millions of dollars in extra service at no extra cost. First Union is a leader in space because we want our service to be the best on Earth. First Union service, we guarantee it.
From Finland to Africa to Forest City, North Carolina, we are all citizens of a single planet. That's why Duke Power joined 18 other corporations to form the Global Environmental Management Initiative. Its purpose is to foster environmental excellence worldwide, to protect and conserve this Earth. It's not just our dream, it's our duty.
Welcome back to the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Our halftime score, the Charlotte Hornets 65, the Utah Jazz 61. A lot of good things have happened to the Charlotte Hornets, the least of which, of course, they've shot about 65 to 70% through much of that second quarter in particular, but the play of Rex Chapman you just can't emphasize enough.
You know, I still believe the move by Alan Bristow to bring him off the bench is going to enhance his game because it makes Rex watch the floor and see what's been developing, and now he has a point to prove. And anytime you have a player who wants to prove something, generally everybody benefits.
Well, you know, the Hornets have something unusual going on where the two guys leading them in scoring, at least tonight, are off the bench.
That's a good sign because, Steve, the bench has only been outscored by the opposition only twice all season long. And it's valuable for the Hornets tonight because the J.R. Reed is down. Alan Bristow is changing his rotations off the bench. Eric Lechner getting increased minutes. So a motivating factor. Sometimes when someone is hurt, everybody picks it up a notch.
You can't get too giddy about the lead so far because Utah's a very good club. They've been shooting badly in the first half. So they hit a drought in the second quarter, but John Stockton and Karl Malone showed us in that second quarter just how quickly this Utah team can come back.
That's right. The Hornets are playing well, but there's an area that concerns me. The Jazz are getting the ball deep into the lane for Stockton, and they've missed 5 putbacks off the board on a baseline, so you got to be concerned with that.
Well, those are the concerns that the Hornets have at this point in time. But we wanted to show you a halftime feature that I think is very special. It pays tribute to a man who is part of the Utah and the New Orleans Jazz, and one of the premier showmen in basketball, Pistol Pete Maravich, the subject of our Bud Light halftime spotlight.
Before the flight of Jordan, the magic of Johnson, and the craftiness of Bird, there was the pistol, Pete Maravich. In the decade of the 1970s, Maravich was clearly a man ahead of his time. His unorthodox style drew large crowds at a time when the NBA needed large crowds to stay afloat. He was a marquee player who inspired a generation of young ball players.
Pete Maravich was like he was the hero of all the kids that were learning to play basketball with his floppy socks, and you know, he had the flair. He brought the flair to the game.
In his 10-year NBA career, this 6'5" guard delighted fans with his sleight of hand passing and uncanny ability to find a way to the basket. When an open shot was given to him, he took it. When a teammate was open, he delivered the ball into his hands.
He had the excitement that's necessary from the standpoint of the fan, and Pete was one of the premier players that could, you know, get a crowd on its feet with all of these beautifully unorthodox maneuvers of his.
As an NBA player with the Atlanta Hawks and the New Orleans Jazz, Maravich's offensive firepower and playmaking skills earned him a spot in the NBA All-Star Game 5 times. Yet, as one of the NBA's premier players, it was difficult for Maravich, the man, to relate to his adoring fans.
He was very shy, and he even sort of got to the point where he felt real insecure when he went out into the public. But once you got to know Pete, he was a terrific guy.
Plagued by nagging injuries, Maravich retired with the Boston Celtics in 1980 after scoring over 16,000 career points. In 1986, he was elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame. His untimely death from a congenital heart condition 4 years ago struck a chord with his fans who remembered his tremendous contribution to the game.
I think he brought a new dimension to the game, and I think that's where Magic Johnson has, when, you know, in his heyday, he brought in that flair, but it was all originated with Pete Maravich.
Pete Maravich, and you see his number draped at the top of the Delta Center here in Salt Lake City. You know, Alan Bristow speaks very fondly of Pete Maravich. In his 1 year that they spent together, they actually grew quite close as roommates with the Utah Jazz. Of course, Alan spent a couple of years here too, and Pete's last year here before he moved on to Boston. And you know, you see a lot of Pete Maravich and a lot of players in the league, and two on the floor tonight, Rex Chapman and John Stockton.
I think so. He has some of the style of Stockton and that flair and personality of a Rex Chapman. Yeah, he's right.
He can make the game, and they can make the game look
ahead
very,
of
very
his
easy.
time. If he were playing right now today, he'd be a $3 million a year guard.
No doubt about it. The Hornets leading here 65-61. We're at halftime in the new Delta Center, which went up in a record 15 months. But by miracle of television, we're going to do it for you in about 20 seconds or so. You see the parking lot that used to be a parking lot. It is now the Delta Center, and you'll see it rapidly take shape. It almost went as fast as this sequence, but it took only 15 months to build this tribute to the Jazz.
At Rose's, there's one thing you can always count on, and that's having a choice. We give you a choice between nationally advertised brands and Rose's own quality brands. We give you a choice of wide selection and sizes. As a matter of fact, the only choice Rose's doesn't give you is price. Because if a product is advertised in our circular, you have to pay the lowest price in town, guaranteed. Rose's, more ways to save every day.
Have you seen what's new for 92 at your Carolina Ford dealer?
Sure. They just reshaped this full-size Ford.
Have you ever felt you deserved a more comfortable pickup?
Yeah, and this one feels as good as it looks.
Have you ever wanted a longer warranty on the world's #1 seller?
Got it. 36 months, 36,000 miles, bumper to bumper.
Now, have you ever found a great deal on a tough bed liner?
Not until I saw my Ford dealer.
The new F-Series pickup. Have you seen your Carolina Ford dealer lately?
They were tied at the end of one. At the end of two, the Hornets pull ahead, thanks in part to Rex Chapman's three-pointer at the buzzer. 65-61 over the Utah Jazz here at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. Well, the Hornets taking on the prototypical power forward in the league, and we'll see him here. Karl Malone does his stuff early.
Well, the Stockton-Malone combination, you're going to see a lot of that. You've seen it in the past. You'll see more of it tonight.
And Stockton finds everybody in the offense, including David Benoit.
Benoit was getting punished by Kenny Gattison early, but here's a little payback on the nice assist, the nice finish.
Blue Edwards taking the pass that time. But offensively, the Hornets have been there to match. They've had some great assists. This one coming up from Muggsy Bogues.
Now watch this. Great spacing by the Hornets in the open floor, Steve. Now watch the delivery by Muggsy. And a good catch by Kenny Gattison.
And he looks like he's all alone on a layup drill. Rex Chapman has had several spectacular assists. You're about to see one here.
Well, I got him down for 6. I don't know how many you have, but the official scorer had 4. But he is doing an excellent job, like he told you before the game tonight. Dell does a great job moving without the ball. It's his job to find them.
Well, you know, as far as assists is concerned, sometimes they don't give you assists if the ball player takes a dribble after the pass. That's kind of foolish. The Hornets lead it here by 4, 65-61. And we'll be back with halftime stats right after this.
My customers keep telling me, Tony, you gotta try Hardee's new subs. They're even better than yours. We'll see. Give me your best sub.
Okay, start with a nice roll. Add Swiss, roast beef, turkey, and ham, fresh tomatoes, onions, and lettuce.
Hardee's introduces 4 big delicious deli subs.
Hey, Tony, great sub, huh? Oh, sorry, Tony.
Deli subs, now at Hardee's.
We know how hard you work. We'll work that hard for you. We believe in putting people first in everything we do.
Back at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, there you see it, the Hornets leading the Utah Jazz 65-61. As Alan Bristow looks over the stats, we'll show you what he's looking at right now. The Hornets from the floor shooting 58% at one point in the second quarter, 70%. The Jazz have leveled off to 49%.
Doing a great job, Steve. At one time, the Hornets were at 70% in the second quarter.
As far as the free throws are concerned, the Jazz going to the line more at 85%. The Hornets 71% on the boards. The Hornets and Jazz just about even there. The Jazz getting more offensive opportunities.
Right. Lucky for the Hornets, the Jazz have not been finishing.
As far as miscues are concerned, the Jazz have 3 more than the Hornets at this point in time. And the bench scoring, look at that. Hornets 37-15. They're getting 31 from Chapman and Curry alone. Rex Chapman with 20. Kenny Gattison with 14 to lead the Hornets. The Jazz, well, it's the Malone company, really. It's Jeff Malone and Karl Malone leading the Jazz at this point in time. At halftime, second half action coming up, 65-61, the Hornets over the Jazz.
We know how hard you work. We'll work that hard for you. We believe in putting people first in everything we do. Every time we fly, every mile of sky, everything we do. USA begins with you.
Pump it up. Pump it up with Reebok. Reach for the stars. Skip the light fantastic. Push the limits. Whatever the sport, improve your performance with the Pump System by Reebok. Available at Belk. Pump it up with Belk.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by your Carolina Chevy Geo dealer. At the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, the Charlotte Hornets start the second half in the lead, leading the Utah Jazz 65-61. Steve Martin here along with Jerry Valancourt. The Hornets coming out with their original starting 5. Larry Johnson has 3 fouls, has played 12 minutes, has only 2 points.
And 1 shot. He's only taken 1 shot.
That will change. Hogs into front court. Mark Eaton has sat a good deal of the first half as well. Hogs from the top. Boy, Stockton's got quick hands.
And it's Johnson and Malone, the matchup on this end of the floor.
The other end, the Hornets seem to be matching up differently. They've Gattison paired up with Malone. Here's Gill. Nice pick from Gattison. Mismatch with Eaton on it. 2 on the shot clock. Shot blocked. No shot. 24-second shot clock violation.
Good defense by Utah that time. Took the Hornets out. Now you're wondering if the shot was blocked, why was there a shot clock violation? He did not get the ball released in time to beat the clock.
Malone in the front court.
Down screen, step him.
2-man game. Malone looking for a path to the basket. Gattison's got to handle him by himself. Credit that battle to Kenny Gattison. Bogues in the front court.
That's a situation you want to see Muggsy pop that little jump shot.
Malone ahead of the break. The basket will count, and Kendall Gill will be called for the foul.
I tell you, Karl Malone went from offense to defense, back to offense. As good as anybody you'll ever see for that size. Stockton again. He finishes more plays with contact than anybody I've seen. It's amazing.
Third personal on Kendall Gill, and Karl Malone leads Utah scorers with 18, going for his 19th point. The Hornets have Larry Johnson with only 2, Kendall Gill with only 2. But they've relied on Rex Chapman, Del Curry, and Kenny Gattison, and Muggsy Bogues. Hornets lead cut to 1. Anthony Frederick across the lane.
He's got to space out more. He's crowding Larry Johnson, Frederick is.
Gattison over Eaton. Blue Edwards boards it. 3-on-2 break. Looking for Malone as the cutter. Blue Edwards with the shot. Larry Johnson with the rebound. Hornets down 6 in rebounds. Larry Johnson's absence probably a good explanation for that. Here's Johnson in the paint. Can't handle it. Hornets have not been able to get Johnson the ball inside. Here's Stockton. Nice. And the Jazz retake the lead. The Hornets call for a time. It's a 20-second timeout.
Stockton is just so tough when he bounces that thing off the floor. A quick change speed. Right there. He's got a quick step.
That step got him by Muggsy and forced Anthony Frederick to try to commit. And the resultant layup is a run of 5 for Utah to retake the lead 66-65. As you look at John Stockton and now Alan Bristow, very concerned that his team lose the edge that they had in the first half. Del Curry's back on the floor with Kendall Gill, Muggsy Bogues, Kenny Gattison, and Larry Johnson. Johnson at the top. Gattison working on Eaton. Eaton's got 3 fouls. He may have picked up number 4. Could be Karl Malone, though. It is going to be Malone. That's his first. Team's first.
Here's a look at it. Watch this lean right into Eaton right there. Clear him out. Malone comes to help right there.
Took that extra step to make sure everybody committed to the foul. Gattison on the free throw line. Gattison on the night has 15 points. Coming into this game, he was averaging 74% from the free throw line. And that is an improvement over the 60s he was shooting last year. He's really picked up his game in every area, and last year he increased in every department.
You see who was guarding Eaton that time? Del Curry.
Hornets try for the steal, but Utah maintains. 7 on the shot clock.
Watch the illegal.
Lou Edwards trying to find Malone. Gill on the steal. 24-second shot clock violation. So they'll give the Hornets the ball anyway, even though they stole it as the shot clock expired. There's Jerry Sloan. His team just seemingly can't get up on the step and go. Curry to Gattison. Gill wants Larry Johnson in a post-up. This time Johnson has to come to the corner to get it. Gattison over Blue Edwards. And Kenny Gattison gives the Hornets a 3-point lead, 69-66.
Now watch the matchups on this end. Del Curry is guarding Mark Eaton.
Well, he's not an offensive force, so you can afford to assign a man to him that is in a mismatch physically. Larry Johnson with a rebound. He sends Kendall Gill, but nobody goes down. Hornets have to wait up.
I was more concerned about Eaton setting screens with Curry having to bounce off him.
I don't think you bounce off that screen. You just kind of lay up there like the road runner. Hornets missed the shot. Here comes Stockton the other way. He'll carry it coast to coast. Here's Gill. Chapman getting set to check in. 12 on the shot clock. Curry on the move.
Hornets aren't moving as well without the ball as they were in the first half.
Traveling violation against Kenny Gattison. Rex Chapman back on the floor. Kendall Gill off. Chapman hopes to pick up where he left off. 20 points in the first half.
Let's see if this improves the ball movement. They're not cutting. They don't look as sharp as they did in first half action.
Well, Rex has had a chance to sit and look at it from the bench. Let's see who he sees. Stockton. Bogues in his shirt down in the front court. Here's Blue Edwards on Larry Johnson. Johnson was handicapped by the fact that he had 3 fouls. But the Hornets get it back. Gattison. Working on Eaton. Rex from Bogues. Johnson with a rebound, but he got a foul. Pushing off. And of course, Karl Malone got an Academy Award for making sure that Johnson got caught.
He added a little bit to that bump.
That's the 4th personal now on Larry Johnson. Alan Bristow has to make a decision whether to yank him here and save him or say to heck with it.
3-man game. They're lifting 2, so they're going to go power to Malone.
Stockton looking for him. He's working on Gattison. Left it short. Good defense by the Hornets.
Chapman took a hit.
Curry from the wing. Del Curry now with 13. 71-66. The Hornets have it back up to 5. Let's see how Rex is moving here. Muggsy Bogues moving very well on that sprained right ankle.
Watch the screens on the baseline. They'll run their shooters out and then post up on this side.
Down low, here's Malone. Banked away by Kenny Gattison. What a play by Gattison. Here comes Bogues. He'll try to drill it. Johnson has the uncontested rebound. Curry from 3. Yes.
Bingo.
Third three-pointer from the Hornets. Chapman owns 2. Curry's got 1, and we've got a break in the action as the Hornets open up their widest lead of the game. It's 8 with 7 to play in the third.
So I'm doing my sound check.
Hello, hello, hello.
And I hear this woman's voice.
Crunch that last chord. I'll show you.
She grabbed the guitar.
And then she started rocking. No, I mean rocking.
You're pretty good. Not.
Someone that hot deserves something this cold. Suddenly, I remembered this was a bud spot.
I like your style.
Sports is an important part of my life, but for most people, it's a hobby, not a job. In order to get a good job as an adult, all kids need to stay in school. If you go to school, work hard, and do your best, you'll have the tools you need to get a job after you graduate. Give it your best shot. Be cool. Stay in school.
First Union National Bank is proud to sponsor the Charlotte Hornets Stay in School program.
See the perfect triangle? Look at the great spacing. Now, how do you make up for any type of poor performance? Well, you come back with great defense right here. Hornets are on a 10-zip run over the last 3 minutes. And, of course, Del Curry knocked a 3 down right after that.
Karl Malone wants to prove that Kenny Gattison's block was a fluke, but he missed that shot. Bogues to Curry. Sets up.
Look out.
Watch it. The Hornets off guards are stroking it right now. Curry and Chapman are sizzling the place from the bench. They have 38. The Hornets lead by 10. Malone. Lead pass, Johnson. Can't hang on. Malone chases it out of bounds. Tyrone Corbin's getting set to check back in now for Utah. The always dangerous.
See, Rex comes in the game and the tempo picks up. The reason for that is that he's doing a very nice job of passing the ball. And the quicker and better you pass it, the better everybody falls into place.
Lechner's on the floor. Look at the Hornets outscoring the Jazz over the last 3, 12-2. They trailed at 1 point by 2. Now they're back up by 10, by 8 actually, 76-80 or 76-68. Here's Chapman on the move. Oh. Flattened by Malone, foul by Malone. Malone is pleading for a jump ball call. He'll not get it.
Rex is smiling at Malone, and they just tapped hands. Watch this. Crunch. Right there.
Wow.
Then he gets up and smiles at Malone and gives him a little pat.
You know, a lot of people, 2 years ago, Rex got criticized by officials. Really, they said, well, he's not being aggressive enough in the lane. Well, that shows you he's changed his game. He's going in there and make sure he gets the foul regardless of what's going to happen.
Well, last year he improved. Last season he went to the free throw line about every 6.5 to 7 minutes, and that was a tremendous improvement from the year before.
22 points for Rex Chapman in a reserve role tonight. Stockton.
Well, watch this.
Oh, Malone and Lechner going at it. The basket will not count. The foul came before Malone made his move.
See, Lechner, take your hands off him and try to forearm. That way the official won't blow the whistle. See, he's got the hands. Just get the forearm on his back and hold him out that way. It gives you more support and strength.
Team's third, Lechner's second. Again, Lechner and Malone battle. And Malone Malone misses yet another shot. He's getting frustrated down there. The Hornets have really laid bodies on him tonight. Here's Chapman. Johnson keeps the rebound alive. Muggsy to Rex. Ball cleared off the rim by Karl Malone. Here's Stockton. To Malone.
He can't finish.
He wasn't ready for it. Mike Brown walks the ball out of bounds. The Jazz cannot get started. Bogues into front court. Curry for three. No. And Karl Malone boards it again. 78-68. Hornets by 10. The Jazz just cannot get out of the blocks offensively. You can thank the Hornets defensively. Here's Malone underneath, and he's fouled very physically by Eric Lechner. But Lechner is in here for this reason.
That's right. You don't want to give Malone a taste of finishing a play. You want to make him pay somewhat on the baseline, and that's exactly what Eric Lechner is doing. You're getting Malone frustrated, if you could dare say such a thing, but he's doing an excellent job of just putting the body on him every place that he goes.
This isn't the first time he's faced him. He saw him for 2 years in practice. Played 152 games with the Jazz, so he knows Karl Malone's likes and dislikes. That basket there gives Malone 20. Mike Jemensky into the ball game, and Larry Johnson comes off the floor. And Delaney Rudd makes his first entry. You know, nothing beats the excitement of the Hornets, and nothing beats the distinctively clean, crisp, cold taste of Budweiser. Nothing beats a Bud. Karl Malone on the free throw line. 21 for the mailman. And it's an 8-point ball game. 5:11 left to go in the third quarter. Steve Martin along with Jerry Valancourt at the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. The Hornets leading the Jazz by 8. Rex for 3. Del Curry gets the stick back off the glass, and Curry now has 20 for the night. This is his best road performance. Malone. 23 for Karl Malone, an 8-point game again. Muggsy Bogues out front. Delaney Rudd, his former backcourt mate at Wake Forest, on him. Lechner. Now Malone gets the chance to feed Lechner a little bit of his own medicine.
Now you got 42 points combined with Chapman and Curry. So Eric should catch it, look for his shooters, and then his second option is to try to take Malone.
Kendall Gill is back on. Muggsy Bogues gets a rest. Chapman off the inbounds pass. Whoa!
It's one of those nights.
What a rim. Rex Chapman with 24. Hey, when it's going your way, you just sit there and take it. That was a shooter's bounce. Rudd, almost left the floor. Corbin's open. Jemensky with a rebound. Hornets lead by 10, 4:10 to go in the third. Chapman across the lane fires. Karl Malone with a rebound. Delaney Rudd pushes. Jazz trying to start a run. Jeff Malone can start one. 16 for Jeff Malone. Hornets lead cut to 8. 3:43 left to go here in the third. An entertaining game at Salt Lake City. Rex trying to find Curry. Couldn't get out from behind Mike Brown soon enough. And it'll be a turnover. Alan Bristow looking on. He used to play here, not in this building, back at the Salt Palace, a couple of blocks away.
Rex is doing a nice job on the passes, but he will also learn, don't always look into the area where you want to throw the ball. Try to fool the help side defense by using your eyes. Look the other way.
Lechner bats the intended pass from Malone away. Boy, Lechner is playing a very tough defensive game tonight.
Well, he wants to prove that he can play and that he can help. The injury to JR, it forces the staff's hand. They're going to have to test him.
Jeff Malone. Del Curry with a rebound. Hornets on the move. 4 on 3. Del.
Nice. Oh, tough break.
Jemensky could not finish. Utah with a rebound. 3 on 2 with Rudd. Jeff Malone.
Good timeout.
Points. The Hornets want time with 2:59 left to go in the third. Their lead has shriveled to 6. 82-76 in Salt Lake.
So we're enjoying our favorite spot. And we see this old guy. Hey, Bubs! Then there was this huge wave. We thought the old guy was history. That was hot.
Anyway, we were impressed.
Guru dude, want a cold bud?
Groovy. Groovy. Despite our language differences, all surfers share a universal communication.
Oops.
Whoa.
Pump it up.
Pump it up with Reebok and Belk. Check out the pump system by Reebok. Custom fit, complete control. For the ultimate in high-performance footwear, Reebok. Available at Belk.
Pump it up with Belk.
Guests get the new Konica Big Mini, world's smallest fully automatic 35mm compact camera. The Konica Big Mini, plus Konica's color print film, the right film for the right shot. The Hornets have been making the right shot so far in this ball game, and they lead at 82-76, although the Jazz are trying to mount a run. You can't say enough of the defensive effort the Hornets have put up tonight, in particular in this half, Eric Lechner.
Eric Lechner is really working hard. Got to be aware of Jaminski and Lechner, though. If the game's going up and down, Malone is a runner. So you got to make sure your big guys don't get fatigued.
Both teams hitting a rut offensively here in the third, as that field goal graphic suggests. Rex Chapman has the ball out front under the 3-minute mark here in the third. Curry trying to manhandle Corbin. Gets rid of it. 6 on the shot clock. Rudd with the rebound. 3-on-1 break.
Got to be careful now because the Jazz have taken the momentum.
They trail by 4, 82-78. Rex Chapman down underneath. It goes to Lechner. Can't get it in. Corbin gets the loose ball. Jeff Malone will try to settle things down as we get to the 2-minute mark here in the third. 82-78, Charlotte. Karl Malone out front. Rex Chapman with a rebound. Up-court pass to Curry to Jaminski.
Nice.
Emphatic in putting down his 8th point of the night. It's a 6-point lead for the Hornets.
Very nice pass by Del Curry.
Well, the Hornets have kind of dictated the tempo of this game from time to time tonight. It's what they wanted to do.
I like how Mike Jaminski got out of the gate and ran the floor.
Nice pick and roll. Rudd Brown and Delaney Rudd scores his first bucket of the ball game. 84-80. Hornets by 4. Kendall Gill. Only 2 points tonight. He just hangs one right there.
That's 3 that just roll off the rim for Charlotte.
Karl Malone. 25 points for Karl Malone. The Jazz now within 2, a 3-pointer for Rex to try to silence the crowd. Gill gets the stick down and gets his 4th point of the night.
Good effort. Got to have a defensive stop here. You can take charge of the game again.
86-82 Charlotte. Final minute of play here in the third. 16 on the shot clock for the Jazz.
Pick and roll.
Rudd slides through it. Here's Karl Malone. From outside over Lechner. Karl Malone single-handedly keeping Utah in this one with 27. 43 seconds left to go in the period. Hornets by 2. Lechner misses. Chapman tries to tap it. Karl Malone comes back. Rudd on the run to Corbin.
Catch.
What a block by Curry, and they're going to call a jump ball.
Del Curry is really giving an effort tonight. Hornets do a good job to come back and cover the break. Jazz had numbers for just a second. Watch Del. Challenge, jump ball, great effort.
Jim Kinsey on the call. David Benoit is coming on now for the Jazz, and this will give Karl Malone the rest for the rest of this period and a 2-minute break between.
You like the fact that both teams are playing with so much emotion.
Kenny Gattison back on now for Charlotte. Hornets control the tip. Rex Chapman. Long court for Jaminski. Too long. 25 seconds left to go in the third. Muggsy Bogues back on the floor. Del Curry off. There's the score. The Hornets by 2.
Jaminski acknowledges to Rex. He says, good pass, my fault, should have had it.
Jeff Malone walks it into front court. Shot clock and game clock are even.
See how wide they have the floor? Watch your two-man game up top and watch Corbin on the left side of the floor.
Kaminsky's asking if he can help out somewhere else. Off Brown. Here's Malone over Chapman. His attempt to tie it. Thwarted originally, but David Benoit gets it. 1 second left, and time expires before Chapman can get the shot away. David Benoit has brought the Jazz back from a 10-point deficit to tie it at the end of 3, 86-86.
We know how hard you work. We'll work that hard for you. We believe in putting people first in everything we do. Every time we fly, every mile of sky, everything we do. US Air begins with you.
Choice for low prices is Harris Teeter. America's favorite snack just keeps getting better. Orville Redenbacher gourmet popping corn in the value pack. Great tasting and microwavable. Orville Redenbacher does just one thing, and they do it right. When you have a tough job that requires a hard-working, long-lasting paper towel, you need Delta towels. Strong, absorbent, and budget price, too. You'll find them all at Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter means low prices.
The Nissan Maxima GXE. Pleasant dreams.
Red cars, red lips, red stars, red fingertips, red walls, red songs, red bowling balls, red telephones, red spots, red shoes, red white and blue, red pillows on your bed. Start seeing red. You're right on target. Start seeing red. Smart shoppers look our way. Seeing red. You're right on target. Start seeing red, red, right on target.
Welcome back to the Delta Center in Salt Lake City. They got an early start here on us in the fourth quarter. Utah had the ball but turned it over. The Hornets, in their effort to bring it back up, were fouled. Rex Chapman was fouled by Delaney Rudd, and so the Hornets have the ball back. Score tied at 86-all. Steve Martin, Jerry Valancourt here in Salt Lake City.
Oh, good post up by Kenny Gattison.
Strong move over the top, and Kenny Gattison gets it over Mike Brown.
Excellent move. He took Brown behind the board and then popped back up the lane.
Gatman's got 20. 2 away from tying his season high. Stockton down in the front court as the Hornets retake the lead here by 2. Brown to Corbin at the top.
Now keep in mind, if the Hornets double up on the ball on the box, you got shooters up top.
Chapman for Kendall Gill. Corbin with a rebound. 3-on-3 break. He'll pull up.
That's what they like about him. See, we spoke about that earlier. Keep an eye on Stockton because sometimes he'll sneak and he'll stay down here and deny the inbounds pass. And like you said, Steve, he's got very quick hands.
Hornets have it back. Score in favor of Utah now, 90-88, thanks to Tyrone Corbin, the most recent acquisition. Chapman fires a pass to Johnson, and there's 2 for Larry. He's only got 4 tonight. He's playing with foul trouble. Played only 12 minutes in the first half.
Benoit is guarding Gattison again on the other end, and remember what happened last time.
Gill on the overplay. Corbin finds Rudd for 3. Benoit tries to get the tap. We've got a whistle. And what's the call? The foul is going to be on Larry Johnson. Loose ball foul.
Let's look at it from the baseline. You can make the call at home. Say you got him on the arm.
Oh, well, I didn't see any advantage given to the Hornets by that. The Utah players had position. That's the 5th foul for Johnson. He's got to stay on. Gill has it into front court. Here's Gill from the corner. Too strong with it. Rudd with a rebound. 90-90. Jazz and the Hornets doing battle at close quarters here tonight in Salt Lake. It's a snowy night here. I'd say there's a blizzard going on outside. I'm afraid to look. Stockton looks down to Brown. Brown guarded by Gattison. There's that clothesliner that Johnson rebounds. Muggsy Bogues off the wing. He was hot in the first half. Has not scored in the second.
Good ball movement.
Rex for three. Hornets looking for a knockout punch. It's a little soon. Stockton fadeaway.
Tough shot.
15 points for John Stockton. The Jazz up by 2. Inside, Kendall Gill with a great move. He's got 6. Score tied again. 92 all. Delaney Rudd steering the club from the top. Rudd inside. Stockton posted up. Ball kicked around, and the Hornets have it back. Bogues ball handles past Stockton. Here's Johnson on the move. Get him 2. The foul is going to be to Delaney Rudd.
Oh, you don't need this now. Larry Johnson just got nailed with a technical foul.
He's going to the foul line, but there'll be a technical foul shot taken at the other end.
We got a great look at the play. Johnson does an excellent job running the floor. Muggsy again, superlative job to find him. But what hurts this play is he complained to the official, Steve, and followed the official a few steps, giving him an earful. He got tagged.
So he'll go to the other end, though, and try the three-point play. Johnson has 6 points tonight. Foul on Rudd is his second. It's the team's first. But the Hornets will not have as much of an advantage off this as they originally thought. And Johnson missed the free throw. Benoit with a rebound. The score remains 94-93 Hornets. Stockton gets double teamed, loses the ball. Last kicked out by Del Curry. Eric Lechner checks in. Who's checking out? It's Larry Johnson headed to the sidelines.
Larry Johnson.
We'll see what the matchups are going to be. Benoit will be guarded by Lechner this time out. Curry gets flattened.
Muggsy's got to guard Corbin.
Here's Brown over Lechner. Got to watch Benoit from the weak side. Here comes Gill. Curry from the top. Bags 2. Dell's got 22.
Nice job by Kendall.
Hornets
throws it right back to Dell.
Back up by 3. 96-93 Charlotte. 8:10 to go. Two-man game. Brown and Stockton. Foul to Lechner.
Eric Lechner gets over there late. The offside forward's got to take the roll man here. Here's the roll. See, Eric's got to get over quicker to take the roll man to the basket. There's a look at it again. Right there.
Brown headed to the free throw line. Spends a lot of the offseason in Italy, where he played a year after graduating out of George Washington. He was originally drafted by Chicago. Here you see his report card on the night. Got 8 points on the evening. The Jazz now close to within 1. 96-95.
Oh, nice move.
Bogues left Stockton in the dust.
Oh.
His first basket of the second half. 12 points from Muggsy Bogues. He's 6 for 9 from the floor. Hornets by 3.
Here comes the battle again.
Malone battling Gattison. It's in deep. Good help by Gill. Bogues spins. 3-on-4 break. Mike Brown on the steal. Here's Stockton.
So tough, so tough. You can't play great defense and then throw the ball away and give up a deuce. It just breaks your back.
Hornets lead by 1, 98-97. Gill on the post up with Rudd, launches it too hard. Corbin with the board. Here comes Stockton with a chance to put the Jazz back in front. Malone on Lechner. Lechner with a rebound.
Lechner's doing a good job.
Here's Bogues again by Stockton. Gattison keeps the rebound alive. Mike Brown is there, and a loose ball foul is going to be called on Kendall Gill. We've got a break in the action with 6:56 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. The Charlotte Hornets trying to hang on to a 1-point lead.
When you play the game, you're looking good. That's the Bud Light way, yes, understood.
When you're looking good, you want Bud Light. The clean, fresh taste won't fill you up and never let you down.
You can taste it, you can feel it, you know you got it right. Everything else is just a light. Just keep your Bud Light shining. Everything else is just a light. You got to shine on. Everything else is just.
My customers keep telling me, Tony, you gotta try Hardee's new subs. They're even better than yours. We'll see. Give me your best sub.
Okay, start with a nice roll. Add Swiss, roast beef, turkey, and ham, fresh tomatoes, onions, and lettuce.
Hardee's introduces 4 big delicious deli subs.
Hey, Tony, great sub, huh? Oh, sorry, Tony.
Deli subs, now at Hardee's.
Promotional consideration by Seiko Watches. Available at Brownlee Jewelers, the official jewelers of the Charlotte Hornets. Seiko, the future of time.
Charlotte Hornets Junior Hornets program is underway. It's for youngsters like that. Call the Hornets office at 704-357-0252 or your local Parks and Recreation Department for the Junior Hornets activity in your area, sponsored by our friends at Coca-Cola. That young person is a Junior Hornets candidate, and yours could too.
Well, the Hornets are doing a good job defensively on this end, Steve, but twice they give you a great defensive performance. Don't allow the Jazz to score or force them to turn it over, and then the Hornets turn it over on the return trip, and the Jazz come back and score.
Crowd at the Delta Center trying to get back into this one. The Hornets trying to hang on to a 1-point lead. They need a defensive stop here to silence this crowd. Here's Tyrone Corbin. Down low, Karl Malone. Gattison with him one-on-one. Too hard. Brown tries to come over the top, but Gattison secures it.
Good, strong rebound.
Here's Del Curry off the wing for 2. Del Curry with 24. Career highs 31, season high 29. Hornets up by 3.
A two-man game.
Brown was not looking, and the Jazz turn it over. You know, that's been a problem. They've averaged 18.5 turnovers a game. That's why they're 7-6.
That's what drives your point guards crazy. Oh, nice.
Nice feed from Chapman. He probably won't get an assist on that one because Gattison had to dribble.
Well, if you take the one quick move to the bucket, you should get the assist. If it's in the lane, he can put it down once, as long as it takes him to the bucket.
Now, my point is, it looks like the official score has taken a couple from Rex for that reason tonight.
So where is he, anyways?
Let's get a look.
Oh, somebody mismatched.
Corbin scores his 10th point. Hornets lead by 3, 102-99. Larry Johnson getting set to check back in. Here's Gattison on the move on Mike Brown. Hung it short. Stockton stolen by Curry and Bogues. Look at Bogues look away from Stockton.
Goodness.
Chapman's shot doesn't go. The Hornets are like a fighter looking for that roundhouse. They say, we know it's here, but there's still plenty of time on the clock. It's a dangerous Utah team, especially that man.
Well, that time Gattison allowed Malone to get deep into the lane, and he was just a step away from the basket. Kenny looks a little tired.
102-101. Hornets by 1. Here's Curry on the move. Lechner mistimed the rebound. With it is Corbin. Jeff Malone on the break by himself. And a foul. Charged that time. It's going to be charged, I believe, to Rex Chapman. Larry Johnson coming back on.
Well, you take away the basket, because if he would have scored on this layup, the crowd gets back into the game. So go to the line. Now you got a chance for Eric Lechner to get a little bit of a blow. Everybody can rest.
Jeff Malone, acquired last year in a three-way deal with Sacramento and Washington. Eric Lechner was part of that deal. We've got a timeout called by the Hornets. 4:49 left to go. Jeff Malone's foul shot has tied it up at 102 apiece in Salt Lake City.
When you play the game, you're looking good. That's the Bud Light way, yes, understood.
When you're looking good, you want Bud Light. The clean, fresh taste won't fill you up and never lets you down.
You can taste it, you can feel it, you know you got it right. Everything else is just the light. Just keep your Bud Light shining. Everything else is just the light. You got to shine on. Everything else is just...
Pump it up. Pump it up with Reebok. Reach for the stars. Skip the light fantastic. Push the limits. Whatever the sport, improve your performance with the Pump System by Reebok. Available at Belk.
Pump it up with Belk.
On many of these same Hornet television network stations next week, Friday, December 6th, the Hornets move to the Windy City to take on the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan. You'll see it on the station you're watching right now at 8:30, Friday night, December 6th. Right now it's Salt Lake City, 4:49 left to go in the fourth quarter of play. Score even at 102 apiece. Alan Bristow working over Ron Garrettson, the son of Darryl Garrettson, who is the supervisor of officials in the NBA. Jeff Malone getting set to step to the line.
Watch the right side of the lane. Watch the block out assignments and watch some contact.
Lechner and Brown over there. Malone gets the free throw. 20 points for Jeff Malone. And the Hornets now trail by 1.
You want nice ball movement. You want sharp cuts. Help each other get open.
Here's Curry. Back to Rex Chapman. 10 on the shot clock. Chapman with a lead in.
Big shot.
Wow.
Big shot.
26 for Rex. He's got a new season high with each shot.
Now down the stretch, teams have been staying and shadowing Del Curry very well, preventing him from getting the shot. But now you got Chapman and Dell that are both hot, so that'll widen the floor up for Charlotte.
Trying to post up Bogues inside. Rex steals the rebound on the miss by Karl Malone. Chapman now with the Hornets up by 1 with 4:05 to go. Lechner overplayed by Brown. Nice steal by Mike Brown.
Whoa!
Look at that.
Wait a second, big guy.
Corbin. Good non-call there as Corbin went up the back. Bogues with a layup. Tipped on the rim by Johnson. He can't get it.
Good effort. Good effort.
What a game here in Salt Lake. Great efforts both sides. Hornets by 1. 3:30 left. Mike Brown. Here's Johnson, his shot influenced. Here comes Stockton to Karl Malone. The Jazz retake the lead. 105-104, 3:12 left. Chapman, lots of contact underneath. Foul on the Hornets.
Larry Johnson. He bumped Malone, tried to get open for the pass, put him on the floor, and there's a whistle.
And on Larry Johnson, that is going to be his 5th personal, or is it his 6th? Johnson has 5.
They're lifting 2 again. They're running this big 3-man game again on the left side.
Stockton at the top.
Got that triangle.
Gattison and Malone battle. Well, the officials have let a lot go both ways tonight.
Kenny Gattison is doing an excellent defensive job tonight.
Here comes Chapman. Brown with a rebound. Mike Brown has been very instrumental in this ballgame tonight for Utah.
He sure has. He's playing really hard. He's playing with tremendous intensity, too.
2:33 left to go. Here comes Malone. Jeff Malone. 22 for Jeff Malone.
Get a good shot. Get your cutters.
Del Curry from the top over Corbin. Big shot by Del. 26 now for Del Curry. Hornets trail by 1 with 2:09 left. 107-106. Stockton into front court.
2 minutes remaining, 2 minutes.
Jeff Malone.
Big shot.
Where did he pull that one out? 24
But you know, he
points.
loves to shoot the fadeaway.
109-106. Jazz by 3. Curry.
Well, now you need a big defensive stop, and you got to have it right now.
Listen to this crowd in Utah.
Need your help side. Here comes a pick and roll 2-man game. Watch Corbin sneaking on the baseline.
Jeff Malone is quite an option.
Bingo. The Hornets defended Corbin well, and Malone spots up.
Timeout. 1:27 left in the fourth. The Jazz lead it by 5.
So I'm doing my sound check.
Hello.
And I hear this woman's voice.
Crunch that last chord. I'll show you.
She grabbed the guitar.
And then she started rocking. No, I mean rocking.
You're pretty good. Not.
Someone that hot deserves something this cold. Suddenly, I remembered this was a bud spot.
I like your style.
We know how hard you work. We'll work that hard for you. We believe in putting people first in everything we do. Every time we fly, every mile of sky, everything we do. USA, USA begins with you.
Wherever you are, whatever you do, there's a Chevy for you in 92.
There's no deal like a Chevy deal at your Carolina Chevrolet Geo dealers. All new for 92 sale. We've got deals for big families, small families, all families, business types, pleasure types, and little types. Deals for fun types, sun types, and, well, all types. Choose from a great selection and get a monthly payment you can easily afford now during our all new for 92 sale.
Whoever you are, whatever you do, there's a Chevy for you in 92.
At your Carolina Chevrolet Geo dealers.
Pick and roll here coming on the left side of the floor, Stockton and Malone. Now the other option, they're looking for Corbin to roll. Charlotte defends it in the lane, but Malone spots up and drills it.
Jeff Malone has hit 3 big shots in the last 3 possessions. He's got 26 points on the night. And the Jazz lead it 111-106.
Hornets did a great job taking away that second option, and the Jazz did a great job of reading it and going to the next look.
Bogues to Chapman.
This is a must possession.
Larry Johnson against the double team. Muggsy Bogues to Curry at the top for 3. Doesn't go. Gattison with a stick back, and he's fouled.
Now that stops the clock.
1:13 left. Fouls on Karl Malone.
You get your 2 shots going to the line. You get it to the right guy, Del Curry. Johnson gets taken out, but Gattison does an excellent job of running right to the board.
Both teams in the penalty. Gattison up for 2.
Hornets are 0 for 3 in their last 3 possessions. Utah's 3 for 3. It was 107-106, and now it's 111-106, so it hasn't moved.
Kenny missed them both. Karl Malone one-hands the rebound, and the Jazz playing with confidence, and victory 8 is a minute away.
Now you were 1 possession behind. Now you're 2.
John Stockton, again, that 2-man game near the top.
Again, Rex takes away Corbin's cut, and again, Malone comes.
But this time, the result is different. The Hornets have to cash in at the other end. Less than a minute to go. Rex Chapman on the attack. Draws the foul from either Mike Brown or Tyrone Corbin. It's going to be Brown.
Good job. You want to put the ball on the floor if you can. Attack the basket, draw the foul, get to the line. It stops the clock. Those dead clock points help you in a comeback. Nice job by Rex to hang and float and try to finish it off.
Chapman gets the free throw. 27 points for Rex tonight. Quite an individual performance. Second shot doesn't go. The Hornets have missed 3 of 4 foul shots in the final minute. They'd be down by only 1. Instead, they're down by 4. 111-107. 35 seconds left to go.
Look at the spacing.
13 on the shot clock. Stockton, moving pick from Malone. 3-point attempt boarded by Tyrone Corbin. And a foul, a had-to foul by Muggsy Bogues.
Oh, the reason they spaced the floor out the way they did is they could have run pick and roll up top, one of the best in the league when you do it with Malone and Stockton. And then you have your slashers in Corbin from the weak side and Brown that could go to the board and get that second shot clock.
Stockton with 19 points on the night, courtesy of that basket. And that pretty much puts it out of reach. 112-107, 5-point edge, make it 6. And a timeout called by the Hornets with 18.8 seconds left to go. The Jazz, though, leading 113-107. Their poise and their many options that they had near the end to keep.
Hornets went 6 trips, Steve, 6 possessions, and got 1 point out of it. Missed the 3 free throws. It was 107-106, and the margin goes to 112-107. So the Hornets couldn't make it happen.
Hornet fans, you can get in line for those hard-to-get Hornet season tickets. Hornet hopefuls get valuable benefits while waiting for their opportunity to make the Hive come alive. Find out more about becoming a Hornet hopeful. Call the Hornets office during regular business hours, 704-357-0489. Right now, they're pretty happy here at the Delta Center. Right now, they're all going out to battle of snow. They've had about 2 to 4 inches of snow since this game started tonight. Thanksgiving Eve crowd, and they've enjoyed what they've seen, although they've been tense most of the night. The Hornets have put a scare into this crowd, and so far they've played hard on this road trip. They were flat last night, still had a chance to beat Denver, and now tonight they're in a situation where they led Utah by 10 points in the third.
They had a shot at it, but again, a little mini drought, Steve, that just happened at the tail end of this quarter. Their shooting percentage drops down to 43 from the, it was 48 for the game, and they're 43 on the quarter.
Jazz lead it 113-107. Muggsy Bogues inbounds it. Del Curry trying to get that quick shot on the Jazz. No, he's an active option. They put aside 2 people there. Corbin is an excellent defensive player. And Stockton to him. Here's Dell for 3. Rebounded by Karl Malone. 11 seconds left to go. The Jazz have stared adversity in the face all night, and they have survived. 3 seconds left. Brown, one of the heroes of this game, holds it up, and the Jazz wins it.
Well, credit the Jazz. Nice execution down the stretch. Came up with the big rebounds. Got a new shot clock twice. That took a lot of time off, and the Hornets just hit the wall and went for the drought. You get 1 point and 6 trips down the floor.
113-107, the final. The Jazz now ups their record to 8-6. For the Hornets, they fall to 4-11. And they are now 0-8 on the road this young season. One thing they didn't want is a long road losing streak to start it out, but this West Coast trip seems to be looking in that direction. The Utah Jazz finish off the Hornets. They've won 9 games out of this 10-game series so far to take the series lead 9-1. And they'll meet again December 17th in Charlotte. The final score, Utah 113, the Charlotte Hornets 107. We'll talk about the many heroes from both sides of this game when we come back, so stay with us.
Before you haul off and buy a Toyota, check out the 92 Nissan pickup. The Nissan 4x2 has more standard horsepower.
No kidding.
More cargo volume.
Oh, yeah?
And the Nissan truck retains its value better than any other truck in its class.
I didn't know that.
Plus a low sticker price and huge factory-to-dealer incentives mean the truck with more now costs even less.
See your Carolina Nissan dealer today and check out the tough Nissan truck for yourself.
Who knew?
Sports is an important part of my life, but for most people, it's a hobby, not a job.